Hey everybody, what's going on? Joe, the opinionated window cleaner, coming at you this morning. Back in the office, and boy, did I walk into something yesterday. Uh, we all have good days and bad days. I don't care how successful your company is, how big it is, how small it is. You're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days. Well, yesterday was definitely a bad day for me, but we got to handle it. So let me kind of tell you about some of the stuff that happened yesterday. As most of you all know, to watch my videos, I was in Orlando all week, and Tuesday afternoon we decided to go ahead and head back and come back and get in the office. I had some stuff scheduled that need to be done Wednesday by me personally, so I need to get back. So we left about 5 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, and we hit traffic all the way out of Florida. It ended up taking us 11 and a half hours to get from Orlando to Whiteville, North Carolina, so that was a rough ride. We got back about 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, since it was 4 o'clock in the morning, the guys were going to be here in another 2 hours or so, I decided, why not turn around and take them, wait up for them so I can at least talk to them this morning and see them off. So I did that. And then I waited for my assistant to get in the office and give her time to tell me what all been going on, why I've been gone, and catch me up to base. So finally, about 9 o'clock in the morning, I decided to go in and lay down. It's going to get me a few hours sleep. I told my assistant, don't bother me for anything. I got to get some sleep. I go into the house, lay down. I'm asleep about 15, 20 minutes, and all of a sudden I'm being woke up. Joe, you got to handle this. You got a problem. Major problem. Stop payment's been put on a check on a job we done. I need you to come handle this. So I get up out of the bed, tired as I can be, walk out to the office. Now, let me tell you some of the good stuff, and then I'll tell you some of the bad stuff. I walk in the office. My assistant already has me all the information laid out. She has all the contact people she can get, and she's done her job 150% on what she is capable of doing. Now it's up to me to argue and find out what's going on. So I call the property management company. It's about a job we had done, set the kind of scene for it. 18 dryer units in a condominium complex. Uh, we had done one for one of the ladies that lives there's other house, and that's how we got referred to this job. So 18 dryer vent units to do in a condominium complex. Guys went through, done it. There was supposedly no problems, and now they're putting a stop payment on the check. So I called the property manager up, asked him what's going on. He says, well, I was told by the board to put a stop payment on a check because there's some problems. I said, okay. First of all, what type of problems? Well, Miss Debbie said that you had turned around and took, and her flex pipe is broken in 3 spots. That's kind of weird because I can't see my guys putting one broken in 3 spots back in the wall, but okay. Uh, Unit blank and blank turned around, took, and said there's 2 broken tiles in their house, in their unit. Okay. And the third one, so and so, let's say call him Ed. Mr. Ed said that the plug on his dryer was shorted out. Well, any of y'all know anything about dryer vent cleaning, there's no way I got anything to do with shorting a plug out. So I told him, I said, okay, this sounds bogus to me. Let's get this figured out. Who do I need to talk to? Let's go meet on the premises. Let's do it. Well, the board don't want to talk to you. At this point, I'm going crazy. What you mean the board don't want to talk to me? They want to put a stop payment on the check, but nobody wants to talk to me? I said, okay, how about you meet me out there? Well, I can't. It's the board's decision and the board's thing. So needless to say, y'all can just imagine how my head's spinning right now. So you stop payment on a check. Nobody wants to meet me at the property. Nobody wants to let me try to resolve the issue. Nobody even wants to let me see what the issues are. But yet you stop payment on the check. So needless to say, I'm upset. Ended up arguing with him for a few minutes trying to get somebody's information, anything. Couldn't get it. Finally hung the phone up. I called. I did have the one customer's phone number that had supposedly had the flex pipe, and I called and set up a time to meet her yesterday afternoon. So I still have not slept. At 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I rode out there. And guys, up until that point, I was just about thinking about firing my guys, because if they'd done all this stuff and everything, I don't do that type of work. We stand behind the quality we do. But I get out there, walk in the unit, and the dryer is laying upside down. I'm not exaggerating. It was literally laying upside down. It fits into a little small cubby hole. So what the lady had done, she's shorter than me by about 1.5 feet. She had actually took a step stool, tried to see behind the dryer, and there's a shelf over top of the dryer, and I know I'm giving you all a lot of information to try to comprehend, and actually pulled the dryer up over on top of herself. Listen, pulled over on top of herself. Well, it's the plastic flex pipe. Needless to say, when she done that, it yanked the flex pipe out of the wall and broke it in half. Not three pieces, like she said, just literally broke it in half where it had stretched it so far out, it broke. And here I was responsible for it. So, me being tired, knowing that I do not want to get into an argument because it's not going to turn out pretty if I do at this point, I brought another flex pipe with me. I showed her what I was going to do, and I put a new flex pipe on it. Then I looked at her when I put the dryer back, and I explained to her what had happened. And she admitted to it. I said, ma'am, I said, you're lucky you didn't get hurt seriously pulling that dryer over on top. Well, I was just trying to see what the guys had done behind there. I said, yes, ma'am, you were trying to see what they had done, but then you pulled the dryer over on you and it broke your flex pipe. Not a big deal to fix. If you'd have called me, I'd have come out and helped you with it. But instead of doing that, you called your board and told them that we had screwed the job up. They stopped payment on the whole check because of this. I need you to call your board and let them know we did not screw the job up. And I will give her credit. She apologized and did call the board and tell them that she was the one that screwed the flex hose up, not us. So then the electrical one. Y'all know what that was. I went and explained it to the guy. I told him, I said, partner, there's no way anything we done has anything to do with the electrical issue on your plug. That's just, you have an electrical problem. Plus, I didn't see where there was anything wrong with the electrical cord. Now, the last unit, we had 2 tiles that were broken. I am 100% convinced my guys did not break them 2 tiles. But they got me on one thing. I turned around and told my guys, or they were told ahead of time not to go into that unit. Well, being employees or team, whatever you want to call it, and doing like they do, they were going from unit to unit to unit. So they had walked in that unit before they realized what the number was on it. And they weren't supposed to be in there. So automatically, anything that goes wrong is now on us. So long story short, I got everything straightened out yesterday afternoon. The check cleared, went through. We got everything straightened out. Now the property manager wants me to do more work for him. I don't know whether I want to do more work for this property management. I know I don't want to do any more work for that community. I might do more work for him, but not for that community. And I kind of felt bad for him. He got caught in the middle of it. But the things that could have been avoided is if my guys talked to the customers more, had them check behind them on what they were doing, we wouldn't have had these problems. Other than that, it was just one of them situations where everything could have went south very quickly, and it did. Luckily, I was able to go out there and smooth everything over, get it taken care of, and stand behind our work and show them where it was not our fault. So, guys, the moral of it is we all have good days. We all have bad days. Don't let the bad days ruin the good days. All right, this is Joe. That was a long enough story for one day. I'll catch you later.